Welcome to Oasisify, everybody. Get ready to delve into the dark and dangerous world of crime. From the most heinous acts committed by serial killers to the ruthless reign of gang leaders, we present to you the top 10 most dangerous criminals. These individuals have left a lasting impact on society with their crimes that continue to shock the world. Join us as we take a closer look at the twisted minds and heinous acts of the most notorious criminals in history. So sit back, buckle up, and prepare to be amazed by the top 10 dangerous criminals. Ten. Cody Wilson. He feels the internet needs more freedom. He also wants weaponry and money markets to be ungovernable entities. That's a recipe for disaster. So why is Cody so dangerous? Well, Cody uploads blueprints for 3D printed weapons. The thing is, the software called The Liberator was downloaded 100,000 times by the time authorities intervened, meaning anyone with an internet connection had access to blueprints of a highly dangerous weapon. According to authorities, Wilson could face investigation for illegal exportation of ammunition that could see him jailed for up to 7 years. This is if it could be proven he is guilty. 9. Semyon Mogilevich. He is a Ukrainian-born mob boss believed to be the boss of bosses of almost all Russian syndicates in the world. We all know they operate without borders. This boss is hungry for money and power. He is involved in drug trafficking, the trade of nuclear material, international prostitution, and contract murders. He has over 100 front companies and about 27 bank accounts in different countries. All this to ensure that this money is moving. It is believed that he kept strong ties with Vladimir Putin from the early 90s, according to a former Russian secret agent. 8. Abu Bakr Shekau. He was a Nigerian Islamist terrorist and the leader of Boko Haram. This group's name translates to Western education is a sin. Mr. Shekau has been accused of bombing villages and massacring its occupants. His group carried out a total of 14 attacks in 2014 alone. His group came to the attention of the world after kidnapping 223 Christian schoolgirls who the sect promises won't be released until the Nigerian government releases an army of fighters from prison. The UN believes that to stop this group, the government of Nigeria needs to realize the locals living in the sect strongholds about the benefits of education to gain its local Muslim support. 7. Matteo Messina Denaro. Want to know about the current Sicilian boss? This is your man. His whereabouts are unknown. He is known to get into any business that is profitable, including food distribution, wind farms, shopping centers, and agriculture, because of his participation in the 1990 Sicilian Mafia's bombing campaign. This campaign was responsible for the killing of magistrates and bystanders in Sicily, as well as 50 other murders in that period. You might have to watch The Godfather to understand the workings of this criminal organization. According to the mafia boss, his objective is to correct the mistakes for the poor. I hope his 27 bank accounts are doing exactly that. 6. Joseph Kony. He is the leader of the Lord's Resistance Army that formerly operated in the East African country of Uganda. His whereabouts are still unknown. His sect's objective is to establish a theoretic state based on the biblical 10 Commandments and their local Acholi traditions. He has been accused of ordering for the abduction of children to create child soldiers and sex slaves. Due to his activities, some 66,000 children were transformed into child soldiers, and about 2 million people displaced from 1986 to 2009. He has been indicted for war crimes and crimes against humanity by the International Criminal Court, but has evaded capture. Hey, here's a question. Did you subscribe to our channel? If not yet, smash it now for more amazing videos. Let's move on to the next. 5. Omar Hassan al-Bashir. He is the former president of North Sudan. The president has 10,000 strong Janjaweed and tribal guns for hire under his command. They have been accused of war crimes that date back to 2003 in Darfur. These militias are known to drive SUVs that are fitted with very powerful weapons that are used to kill Sudanese civilians. The only way President al-Bashir can be apprehended is if African countries join forces to ensure his capture. But for now, the president enjoys diplomatic immunity across a large variety of African states, making his capture almost impossible for international authorities searching for him. 4. Ted Kaczynski. Ted Kaczynski could have led a great life and been known for other reasons than being one of the most notorious criminals of all time, as he was a genius with a huge IQ who enrolled in Harvard at 16. However, Kaczynski is better known as the Unabomber, a domestic terrorist responsible for over a dozen bomb attacks that caused many serious injuries and a few deaths. The Unabomber believed that the industrialized world and technology was a disaster for the human race, and wrote it all down in between bombings at his isolated cabin in the Montana wilderness. His manifesto was even published in the Washington Post. His attack sparked the largest and most expensive manhunt in FBI history, ending with his capture in 1995. He mailed his explosive packages to airlines, university professors, computer salesmen, and anything else he deemed associated too closely with modern society. 3. Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer's heinous acts will never be forgiven, making him one of the most notorious criminals of all time. What cops found in his Milwaukee apartment, everything from severed heads in the fridge to a torso in the freezer, will be remembered forever. Dahmer was attempting to preserve his victims, and some say he was trying to make sex zombies. Whatever he was doing, the cannibalistic killer's gruesome apartment is the stuff of nightmares. Although he was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, schizotypal personality disorder, and a psychotic disorder, Dahmer was found to be legally sane at his trial. He was convicted of 15 of the 16 homicides he had committed in Wisconsin and was sentenced to 15 terms of life imprisonment on February 17, 1992. 2. Nasir al-Wuhayshi. Nasir Abdel Karim al-Wuhayshi was a Yemeni Islamist who served as the leader of al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, or AQAP. Both Saudi Arabia and Yemen considered al-Wuhayshi to be among their most wanted fugitives. He claimed the increase in Western warships off the Horn of Africa to fight piracy were really intended to oppress Islam. According to Yemeni military officials, he was killed in southern Yemen on 28th of August 2011. On 25th of October 2011, AQAP denied that he was killed. On the 6th of December, al-Wuhayshi released a statement on jihadist websites that AQAP would be intervening in the siege of Damascus, on the side of Salafi students fighting the Shia Houthi militia. In March 2014, al-Wuhayshi made an appearance in a video celebrating the mass jailbreaks of fighters held in Yemeni prisons. Around 400 AQAP fighters were present in what was described as the largest known gathering of al-Qaeda in Yemen. In the video, al-Wuhayshi declared, "We have to remove the cross and the bearer of the cross, America." In October 2014, the U.S. State Department increased the reward for any information leading to the capture or killing of al-Wuhayshi to $10 million, the same as ISIS leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. Wuhayshi was killed in a U.S. drone strike in Hadramaut Governorate of Yemen on 12th of June 2015. 1. Larry Hoover. Larry Hoover is a convicted and former American gang leader. He is the co-founder of the Chicago street gang, the Gangster Disciples. Hoover is currently serving 6 life sentences at the ADX Florence Prison Facility in Colorado. He was previously sentenced to life imprisonment plus 200 years for a 1973 murder, and then received another life term in 1997 after a 17-year investigation of illegal activities under his watch, the latter of which he was convicted of conspiracy, extortion, money laundering, and running a continuing criminal enterprise from state prison. In 2022, Larry Hoover has stated that he has no knowledge of ever affiliating himself with the Gangster Disciples. Thank you for joining us on our journey through the top 10 most dangerous criminals. We hope that this list has given you a better understanding of the minds behind some of the most heinous crimes in history. But while these individuals have caused pain and suffering to countless people, it's important to remember that they are a small minority of society. Let's continue to strive for a safer and more just world. Until next time, stay informed and stay safe. Please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe to Oasisify.